Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a tie rod end on a 2001 Ford Windstar. It's a pretty simple job. So to get started, I already got it jacked up in the air. If you do not have an impact gun like this, then you're going to want to break the lug nuts free on the ground before you jack it up. Pop your hubcap off. Tire off. I like to turn everything so it's easier to access the tie rod end. So I leave the key in the ignition so that I can turn this. And then you can see it comes out a little easier. Next thing you're going to do is remove the cotter pin. And you just stick a pick in there to get the cotter pin out. They can be tough, especially when they rust in. Before you remove the castle nut, you're going to want to break this nut in the back loose. It'll be easier when it's all in place. Now to get this up, you just want to strike the knuckle, apply upward pressure, and it should just pop right out. Sometimes they can be stubborn. If they're stubborn, you can use a pickle fork. I obviously didn't need one on this one. Then you just twist the head off. And you're going to want to count how many times you turn it. This will help you get close when you put the new one back on for your alignment. You should always have an alignment done whenever you change tie rod ends. Now you're ready to put the new one on. They send you a new jam nut if you'd like to use it. There's a spot here you can grab the bar. Which I don't have that size wrench with me right now, so I'm just going to use my crescent wrench. And then the jam nut on this one is a 22. make sure you get your jam nut back far enough that you're going to be able to get your tie rod end back in the old position. Here's my new tie rod end. So I had 20.5 turns roughly. They come off about there, so you want to try to start it back in its original spot. And once again, this is just to get you close. This is not how you're going to get your alignment. This is just to get you close so it's not real bad when you're taking to get an alignment. Put your Newcastle nut on. I've turned my impact down to 1 so that it doesn't over tighten these. The spec on mine are 26 foot-pounds. And once you get it torqued, you want to continue tight till you can fit the cotter pin in the hole. Never loosen it to fit the cotter pin in the hole. Always go tighter. Now there's many ways people like to bend the cotter pins. I like to do it the way they do it when they come from the factory. Which is to bend it down and then around the bottom. And then don't forget to put your grease dirt in. Also, if you're wondering if you need to grease these, you do not. They come pre-greased. I don't know if you can see in there. So you do not need to add grease to them when they're new. This is for servicing only. Also, when you're greasing these, I've heard some people say grease till the grease comes out of your boot. That's actually not good. What you're doing is tearing your boot, and then you're allowing dirt to get back in there. The grease only needs to be up in this part. This is where the ball sits inside of the socket. So getting it down into your boot does no good, and it ruins your boot. And then lastly, you're going to want to lock your jam nut. You're going to want this pretty tight. Torque spec is usually between 60 to 80 foot-pounds, depending on the vehicle. Like I say, I'm not too worried about it myself since it is going in for an alignment tomorrow, and they'll be loosening that up to do the alignment. If you're not planning on getting alignment done right away, it is best to make sure you get that super tight. tightening the lug nuts, you do want to go in a star pattern. This helps to ensure that the tire sits flat against the rotor, that it doesn't tighten up cockeyed and cause a wobble going down the street. Car down so that I can torque these. It's always good to torque your lug nuts. It'll really help you to determine whether or not they came loose. And if you over tighten them with, say, an impact gun, if you ever break down on the side of the road, you might have one heck of a time trying to get them off. I had that happen to my buddy. I let him borrow my impact gun, and he over tightened one of them so much that we actually had to cut the lug nut off with heat. That's it for today.